Before we begin this video, I recommend that you visit google.com and search for dinardata.com. This website is a great resource for the latest updates on Dinar Guru news, all conveniently located on one page. For more information, I encourage you to visit the site.
The Deleting the Zeros project is back in major conversations in Iraq. I want to make certain you all know how that process works. They raise the purchasing power, they increase the purchasing power of the dinar. Then they issue lower denominations. They do not just chop off the zeros. But using the large 3-0 notes would become unwieldy. They have been very clear on this from government documents, Sadoni and Shabibi. Central Bank announces results of New York meetings. Quote, a high-level negotiating delegation headed by Governor Ali Mohsen Al-Alak held a series of intensive meetings in New York City, USA, which included discussions with the U.S. Treasury Department and the Federal Reserve Bank, in addition to meetings with a group of companies, Visa, MasterCard and MoneyGram, as well as banks, Citibank and JP Morgan, as well as international auditing firms, KPMG, E&Y, K2I and Oliver Wyman. You didn't have anybody talking about privatizing the banks 20 years ago, it wasn't in the pipeline. It's obviously different from 2016. We don't have ISI anymore. It's obviously different from 2018. Why would they print all that currency in 2018 and then just stop doing it? It's really a complex situation. It's more than just pushing a button. There was a component of corruption. We all know they're going to have transparency and accountability. With the likes of Ernst & Young involved, the world will find confidence. You're going to find big things are underway for this country. Iraq exports around 65% of its crude oil to Asia markets, such as China and India, and ships the remaining 20% to Europe and 15% to the United States. After the success of the recent negotiations in Washington, an expert identifies indicators of a decline in demand for the dollar. Considering the revelation of last week's progress in NY, regarding the activation of Iraq's ability to exchange the other currencies worldwide starting Friday, the digital conversions of dinars to other currencies and vice versa. That was achieved on Friday. I believe the is done and awaiting the market's reopening. Trillions in dinar will gain value and contracts and agreements will be active. Central bank contracts with international auditing firm in New York. Quote, this came during separate meetings with a group of companies such as Visa, MasterCard and MoneyGram, as the international auditing company, KPMG. Two conditions to achieve it. Al-Sudani's advisor rules out removing 3 zeros from the currency. These articles, this misleading, is intentional right now. Contradicting statements are found throughout all of these statements, all of these articles. The 25 note has to become a 25K note. There isn't even a 25 note. When did Iraq last have a 25 note? Never. The central bank announces the participation of 13 Iraqi banks in foreign transfer in multiple currencies Friday afternoon. 10 p.m. in Baghdad, article hits the wires. Quote, delegation in New York announces the start of the new phase of external transfers, facilitating international transfers if Iraq is going to be dealing with the euro, the Chinese yuan, Indian rupee, the UAE dirham. They're probably going to have Article 8 compliant currency that's acceptable globally, traded on the Forex. This is big. Why do they come out on a Friday? Sunday night, 5 o'clock Eastern, after the Forex opens back up for trading. We're going to see all new rates on all currencies. They should see all brand new rates Sunday night period. Now, we would see them, probably Tuesday since Monday is a holiday. We don't have this absolute, but my belief is we can get notified on Monday, which is Labor Day here in the United States, and then set our appointments and start on Tuesday. I'm just believing that we are finally at the end. 13 Iraqi banks now trading international currency. Marks, I think that one is very important. They can now exchange back and forth in different currencies. The mechanism to exchange foreign currencies went live. I think this one is huge. I think everybody should be excited by the fact that all the progress that we've seen with Iraq has been amazing. Over the last 2 years we can see one thing after another is getting done. It seems like it's painstakingly slow, but in truth it's not even close to that. The Iraqi government decided, on Sunday, to impose a curfew on November 20th and 21st in all regions and cities of the country to conduct a population census. This came during the chairmanship of Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani of the third meeting of the Supreme Population Council, during which the preparations underway to conduct the general population and housing census next November were discussed and followed up.